small mistake could blow our cover and make the whole world go crazy.
All we need to do is make a little small talk. Just say things that aren't lies. Like, isn't Eleanor super hot? Or, I'm cheating. I lost my virginity to a book. Tea's ready.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry for the imposition.
Oh,
Well, if you want to know the truth, we asked Michael if we could stay with you. We are obsessed with your relationship. Always whispering.
This is so they can't get a read on me.
I thought I was an expert in
I don't
true love
want 'em.
because of my old job, but
Serious
I'm
tournament?
learning from you guys.
Gotta be
job?
ready.
What was your job?
I was a marriage counselor. You could say I wrote the book on healthy relationships. And I did. It's called How to Spot Problems in a Marriage from 100 Miles Away.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, really
Cool.
cool. Really cool.
Cool. And what about you, Bart?
My job wasn't nearly as interesting. I started a company that investigated identity theft, analyzing body language, tracking and catching people pretending to be someone they're not. Just snooze, am I right?
You know what? Forget this tea. Who wants too much wine?
Oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of our brunch siege. I stayed up all night to plan a full day of fun activities. Just check the schedule I made. Honey, you are truly the best. Yes, you would think so, wouldn't you, Henriette? Still second to last.
Honey, this auction threatens to be an embarrassing failure.
5.2 million isn't bad.
It's the very middle thermometer. Your public failure is our public failure.
You know what has to be done.
Very pleased to announce that there's been an addition to today's docket. I'm sure you all know my sister, Camilla. Camilla, of course, is the youngest person ever to graduate from Oxford University. She's a Eurovision award-winning singer-songwriter, a world-class painter, social activist, sculptor, Olympic gold medalist for archery and iconoclast, BAFTA award winner for her documentary on her Grammy award-winning album, and the person voted most likely to be Banksy. Without further ado, take it away from me. Sorry, I mean take it away, Camilla. I'm auctioning off a lunch date with Lee. The bidding shall
Stop.
commence at 3 million pounds.
Come here.
Your bidding.
Of course. It's an hour with Camilla on 2 million. 5 million.
Whoa! Fold.
Wow. You must really love clowns, huh?
Well, 2 people who didn't love clowns had this many clowns on
What's
the
up,
wall.
buddy?
Must
Hi.
be such a positive person.
Alright, so I think the game plan for this tournament is mostly going to be tight.
That's my cheating.
There are rebuys and add-ons.
You know
I
what you
think.
need right now here? To get into something more comfortable, like one of your trademark taupe V-neck sweaters. You know how strong they are.
I'm actually not positive on that.
Oh, love, love, love. Couldn't think of one thing to say. Get your head in the game, man.
Don't catch us. This is an extremely precarious situation. I am vexed, Eleanor.
A marriage counselor and a human lie detector isn't my first choice for company either, but they have no reason to suspect us. Plus, I think they may have actually just come here to, I say we do it. It'll get
Alright, yeah, so there are rebuys.
I am not going to have sex with someone to get them to stop talking.
Don't do that, buddy.
Really? You and I are very different.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like they're open for the first 3.5 hours or so. So it's 3:30. I think we have to be prepared to play until about 1 a.m. Should be doable. So hopefully we catch a little bit of run good here in some of the early stages, and we get to just sort of sit back, pick our spots.
hear you, but I am an expert in nonverbal communication, and it is clear. You are in
I'm not judging you. This has been a tough couple
It's
of
a
weeks.
pretty bad
I'm sure
plot
the
for us.
stress of the sinkhole has caused lots of soulmates flaws.
That's what it is.
I think we're gonna play our hands face up for the most part, at least for the
I'm gonna take your relationship and put it under a microscope.
early rounds.
Shake and poke and prod.
Try not to make any moves and see if we can't sort of figure out a little bit of
Eleanor, what if
how
you
these
and
people are
Bishop
playing.
all the time?
See how it
We
goes.
just have different interests. I like relaxing.
Seven high, seven high was almost good there. That's exciting.
I'm getting a lot of repressed anger. I suspected this when I arrived, but now I'm sure you are hiding something.
What on earth would I be
No, not you. You.
Please go back inside. It isn't safe to be out of your home. Please go back inside. Janet, could you see what's wrong?
everything?
Oh,
My goodness, it's even worse than I thought.
honey, what are you doing here?
Well, everyone else might be okay staying inside, but I wanted to help, so I brought some cheer and sustenance to raise your spirits. Look, I made donut holes. Do you get it? Donut hole, sink hole. Funny, no?
Hey, buddy, what are you doing over there?
By exactly 9 days.
Tahani, this sinkhole is incredibly dangerous. If a human gets too close to it, there can be disastrous side effects.
Oh, is that the spot?
That's one of the side effects.
Janet, knock her out while we still have time.
Knock me out. What is that?
Guys, really,
Hey,
It's
go
not
get
your
it.
thing. It's
Go get it,
not
man.
your code.
Come on, figure it out. Go, get it. Get your toy.
Boom! That's what I
Get me
said.
your toy.
Let's take the positive
Brady.
aspects of this relationship. Let's focus on that first. What do you do to make Eleanor feel better?
You did it. Good job. See that?
Thinking about her and supporting her.
Beautifully said.
Let me see that toy.
Eleanor, what do you do to support Judy?
Come here. Give it to me. Oh, you brat.
How to reheat cold pizza with a curling iron.
Hey, that's gross. Get it off. Come over here.
Or my awesome
No,
life
come over here.
hacks. He's hiding something. You need to get to the bottom of it.
She's right, Chidi. Out with it. What is so unsatisfying about your family?
Be honest. Judy, be like the exact right amount of honest so that we can both be happy.
Woo, we would have had a monster.
I never had a soulmate on her. I never even really had a girlfriend that I loved. And when I got here and Michael said I would finally meet my
Woo, someone would have had a straight flush. Brady, come here. I need your help on this. What do I do? Come on.
I thought.
Look, I know it's only supposed to be one person playing, but gonna need your help, pal. Come here.
No wonder
Come here.
you're so
Give me a kiss.
tense. You know,
Hey, man, I thought we were a team. What are you doing?
in the art of massage, not erotic.
All right.
Although it can be, and it often leaves there anyway.
Okay.
Unless he
well,
had
you know
fives, it
what?
doesn't make
You
sense. I don't know.
guys have given us so much to think about, and I think we should go to bed. Just the two of us, alone. Just us.
Maybe he had ace king suited.
You know,
Oh, who
after an
knows?
emotional breakthrough like that, you guys aren't going to do much sleeping.
Yeah.
He is a bad
We're gonna
boy.
keep our clothes
57,
on. I'll sleep
so.
on the floor, and we'll maintain a chilly silence until morning. Could you imagine?
Well, that's terrifying.
Ace 10. Late position. Probably could have called it.
Wake up, dear.
But, like I said, we're going to play pretty tight here.
No, you did something catastrophic.
We would've hit the ace.
We had to knock you unconscious. Why in the world did you go outside?
We probably would have had a bet, a call in front of us. Oh, bet and a raise. Yeah, see.
Meant to be seen by architects and janits. It's got some
Ace
very
10. Hey, come on. Stop doing that, man.
awesome song lyrics
Um,
we're working on, and I'd rather not let people see those until they're finished. Anyway.
I don't know. The 10 isn't that good of a kicker, obviously. I mean, alright, we would have turned the backdoor flush draw 10 high, which I guess would have been okay, but I feel like this hand just would have gotten us into trouble. We're probably up against ace king, ace queen.
Well, what did they name their second favorite child?
Who knows? Ace deuce. Ace deuce would have been good. I'm betting that was the case ace out there on the board. And we probably were up against ace queen, and the ace deuce obviously got there where the ace 10 wouldn't have. 8-9 off. We're gonna go ahead and fold. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Hey, come here. Give me that toy.
I know. It's a new trend that I'm starting. One example of how I'm going to step out of your shadow. Please wait.
Come here.
I'm obligated
Come on.
to say one more thing. Camilla, I'm taking my leave. You're very present.
Oh. Whoa. The struggle. Oh, the struggle's real. Oh, man, you're strong. I don't know who makes this ball, but Brady's about 10 now, 10 or 11. And he's had this ball, I think, probably for about 8 years. I think he had one for a while, and it actually fell out of the car and rolled down the hill. I lived on this big hill, and got him another one, but he would chomp through everything. He's a Doberman, and he used to chomp like a maniac when he was a pup. And I couldn't, I don't know why I'm still wearing these. This is ridiculous. And he, I couldn't find a toy that would last more than a week. And I got him that green ball. I don't know who makes it. Couldn't have been more than 15 bucks, 20 bucks maybe. And it is the greatest thing. I mean, I stopped playing tug of war with him with things just because he would end up shredding them to bits. And I literally, this ball's indestructible, and he loves it. I mean, he's got a couple of different toys like that, some of the Kongs and stuff like that. But yeah, this ball, it's indestructible, and it's got the hole in it, so you could put a treat in there for him. You got a dog, you should get one.
Morning, Pete.
Morning. What's this about?
Well, here's what I realized. It's not just that helping me is a full-time job.
Hey, come on, man.
The real problem is
He's a good boy, but he likes to lick the carpet, and that is gross. Because I'll be walking around and I'll step on a wet spot.
I'm basically a utilitarian nightmare.
Huh.
Every ounce of my
You're a weird guy, aren't you, buddy?
So, every time that a simple fact of my existence starts to bum you out, I want you to hold this up. At which point, I will leave you alone as long as you need me. I know we'll never be soulmates, but we're friends. So I'm going to help you have the paradise you always wanted. Side note, I can't believe this is the paradise you always wanted, but get in this boat and read some boring French poetry.
I've never actually done this before. This is a theoretical fantasy.
How do you row a boat? Hey, it's good as new. Go ahead if you want. Just here. Woo! See? You can jump up and down on it.
Hey, boss. So you fixed the sinkhole.
Yep, good as new. Prices averted. Everybody have a wonderful day because I fixed the sinkhole.
I did fix the sinkhole.
Sorry?
I tried, but nothing worked. And then all of a sudden, this morning, out of the blue, just whoop, it just closed over.
Huh. How about that? Well, as your assistant, I officially declare this good news.
No, this is terrible news. I have no idea what caused it, Eleanor, and no idea what fixed it. I want you to come to my office first thing in the morning. You and I are going to find this problem.
King Jack, or Queen Jack off. Under the gun +1. I don't really like playing that hand, and look, we would have had at least 4 players in. Ugh. Hey, look at that. We would have rivered a full house. That's a bummer. I don't think we would have gotten there, though. I think we would have been gone on the flop even if we had called. I don't think we're going to try to float that board with queen high, so... But I guess if we had the stones, we probably could have floated and picked up a big pot. I really hope the internet's not going out. What's going on here? Moe's getting low.
Good afternoon, Eleanor. What can I get you today? Whoa, a lot of new flavors. Michael felt bad about the sinkhole, so he wanted to give you all a little treat. I recommend.
There's almost 1,200 players in the event today.
It somehow tastes how I felt when my cell phone was fully charged. Oh, so relaxed. But they all look good. This might take me a while. You know what, Gunnar? Why don't you go ahead?
Thanks so much, Eleanor.
Don't. Please stop that. Thank you.
Gee! You'll never believe it. I was at the frozen yogurt place, and I didn't know what I wanted. So I turned to the guy behind me, and I was like, why don't you go ahead? Just like that. Why don't you go ahead?
Oh, okay.
Dude, you don't understand. I never did stuff like that when I was on Earth. But now, thanks to your good person lessons, I didn't hold up the line. I didn't even try a dozen samples I didn't want just to spite some jerk who told me I was holding up the line.
You do that?
No, Chief. I used to do that. Now, I do selfless things without even thinking about it. I'm getting better.
Well, that's great. I'm proud of you. So, where's our yogurt?
Oh, I forgot it. Oh. Can you go? I want to go all the way back. I ran all the way here. It was so hot. I mean, I will happily get it because I told you I would.
I think we can safely fold here. Ace-8 off. I think the biggest goal for today is just going to make the right plays when they come up.
I like this one. It's simple. Ugh. Screw all the other complicated theories. Why didn't you start with this one?
Buy-in for today was 333. Obviously, we would have loved to have satellited into it. I think we bought into 2 of the satellites, one for $10, and I think one for like 20 or 30 or something like that. And we made a decent run in one of them, and then we just kind of blew up. And so I think the goal is going to be obviously just not to blow up. I don't think that there's anything, I don't think there's anything groundbreaking or major that we're going to try to accomplish with the tournament, other than just play our best poker and do what we can, pick our spots as carefully as we can, try not to get picked off if we get put in a spot where we've got a jam. Obviously, we're all pretty deep here. Blinds have just gone up to 30-60. Everyone started with 15. There's only a couple players knocked out so far. So.
Go ahead, man.
Yes. So, want to roll right into another lesson? I am revved up to learn, man. My brain is horny.
Can we take a little break? I've been standing at the chalkboard all day.
Oh yeah, I get it. Oh, you could grade my paper I wrote on the concept of Dharma. 6 pages, and I didn't even do that thing where I try to make it longer by starting every sentence with interestingly.
Sure.
All right, Ace-6 suited here in the small blind. This might actually be a sneaky hand for us to come in on. We have under the gun raised to 210, Unilaria. I don't know. I haven't really seen how his play translates, but I mean, he's under the gun and he raises it. That he's already representing a pretty big hand, or he's representing a hand like tens or some shitty hand that he doesn't want people to call.
Hey, did you hear about Stephanie?
Very well done.
Let's go ahead and
Michael.
fold it,
Hi there.
actually.
We have a Category 55 emergency doomsday crisis.
I think with the fact that Mogi is already getting pretty small, and they were in the big blind, there would have been 4 players in the hand. Larry's got the chips where he's just going to sort of play big stack poker, I feel. I don't know how he's been playing, but he's still repping that he has a big hand. Zago's coming in.
It appears that the sinkhole is not appearing.
Obviously, it changes our decision making just a little bit. I think we would have hit our 6 on the flop. We would have turned our 6, and I think we probably would have been obligated to call this down. There's the queen. It doesn't really feel like Larry has queens. I'm still putting him on 10s. Zagish, I'm putting on that heart draw, maybe.
This is the reaction I have when things are incredibly mundane and expected. I'm in leave now at my regular pace, as I do in most scenarios.
Finally.
Alright, so he did have the queens. Wow, so look at that.
Big boy. Show me what you're working with.
Actually, I was going to head into town and pick up some.
Good thing we got out of it. I don't think we could have bet him off that hand.
Plus, I can practice letting people cut in front of me.
I think we would have ended up jamming on that turn, trying to get it all in.
You're not just an obstacle for me getting
And then you just sat here and got to see me whine and cry before the first break. Break is 5 minutes long, apparently.
What's
Let's
wrong?
use this time to get the dog out to pee so he doesn't bug us for the next hour or 2.
The way you're talking to me right now, is cool. No big deal. I know that move. When I told a boyfriend something was no big deal, it meant anything from I just bought weed from your nephew to I secretly befriended your ex-girlfriend last year. Things got out of hand and now I'm her bridesmaid.
Wow. Okay, well, in this case, it really is no big deal.
Dude, you're hiding something. What's wrong?
Nothing.
What is wrong? Johnny's second. Oh, well done, my love. Where am I? And a 6. Come on. Barely made it. Mummy, I made you this. It's the pretty bird we saw in the garden.
Don't cry. What are you crying about? Poor guy. He's getting older, and he's got a couple of health things going on. He's had them for a while, and I just try to keep him happy. But man, poor guy, he cries every time he lies down. I think he's in pain. So, obviously not too bad, because he's still a happy guy.
Well done to honey.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing's
What's wrong? What's
Nothing's
wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing's
What's wrong?
Nothing's
What's wrong?
Stop
What's
doing
wrong?
that.
What's
Okay,
what's
fine.
wrong?
You want to know what's wrong? You are a full-time job. I wake up, there's Eleanor. I spend all day teaching. Eleanor. And then it's good night. Eleanor. Oh, this is a nice dream. My grandma's here. Wait, she's got Eleanor's face and tentacles for some reason.
Don't blame me for your weird grandma dreams. That's on you, dude. And I thought you liked teaching me. So now I'm just some huge burden for you?
Yes, of course you are. I am in paradise. I should be doing paradise things, like rolling out on the lake with a good bottle of wine, reading French poetry.
That's your idea of paradise? That sucks.
And I can't stop helping you because then I am shirking my ethical duty. It's an impossible position.
Well, excuse me for trying to stay out of the bad place. You know what? If you're so stressed from writing on a chalkboard, why don't you just leave? We can pretend to be soulmates in public, but other than that, we don't have to see each other.
Fine with me. I'll move out right now.
Fine.
Good afternoon. As you all may remember, a sinkhole recently opened up in the town center. The situation, sadly, has worsened. Starting right now, no one may go outside under any circumstances. Leaving your homes could result in catastrophic damage to to you into the very fabric of the universe. Okay, bye.
Or we could both just stay here.
We hope you enjoy your eternal stay in the good place. Take advantage of our day spa or Janet, a magical assistant who can get you wherever you want, and explore the grounds on one of our complimentary Pegasus.
You might turn that off. It's been playing on a loop for 2 days.
The whole neighborhood is offline. We only get the welcome channel. I would love to not watch TV, but you canceled school. What have you done to me, you monster? Look at all these dishes piling up. I used to just throw them in the sink and they'd be magically clean by morning.
I did that. I cleaned the dishes.
Oh. Then what's up with these bad boys?
You are unbelievable.
Are you still upset? You're not over it yet?
I gotta be over it. We haven't discussed it or even spoken for days.
Well, it sounds like you had a really nice vacation from your full-time job.
Hopefully Bad Boy goes away. He was raising under the gun.
Guys, it's Michael.
So I guess he's repping a decent hand under the gun. Let's go ahead and call it for the 450.
But I'm in a bit of a rush here. This is Barb and Mina. They live right next door to the sinkhole, so they obviously need a place to stay. I was wondering, as my assistant, maybe you could put them up for a while?
Oh, of course. Don't think twice.
Okay, shouldn't take long. Between an hour and 11 months, somewhere. Okay, bye. Don't go outside.
Weirdo.
Dude, you need to chill the fork out.
We are living a lie. We are fighting. And one small mistake could blow our cover and make the whole world go crazy.
All we need to do is make a little small talk. Just say things that aren't lies. Like, isn't Eleanor super hot? Or, I'm cheating. I lost my virginity to a book. He's ready.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry for the imposition.
Oh,
So it looked like we picked a good spot to bluff there. That queen came, meaning any jack we had obviously made our hand.
Always whispering.
I'm thinking we might have actually been up against
I'm
a
an expert in true love because of my old job, but
bigger hand there and got him to fold it, so that's always good.
I was a
And it looks like our internet is out, and now it's back. Alright.
And I did. It's called How to Spot Problems in a Marriage from 100 Miles Away.
Cool. And what about you, Bart?
My job wasn't nearly as interesting. I started a company that investigated identity theft, analyzing body language, tracking and catching people pretending to be someone they're not. Just snooze. Am I right?
You know what? Forget this tea. Who wants too much wine?
Oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of our brunch siege. I stayed up all night to plan a full day of fun activities. Just check the schedule I made. Honey, you are truly the best. Yes, you would think so, dear. Still 7 enough. Honey,
This auction threatens to be an embarrassing failure.
2 million isn't bad.
It's the very middle thermometer. Your public failure is our public failure.
You know what has to be done.
I'm very pleased to announce that there's been an addition to today's docket. I'm sure you all know my sister, Miller.
Miller, of course, is the youngest person ever to graduate from Oxford University. She's a Eurovision award-winning singer-songwriter, a world-class painter, social activist, sculptor, Olympic gold medalist for archery and iconoclast, and a BAFTA award winner for her documentary on her Grammy award-winning album, and the person voted most likely to be Banksy. Without further ado, take it away from me. Sorry, I mean take it away, Camilla.
I'm auctioning off a lunch date with me. The bidding shall commence at £3 million.
You're bidding. Of course. 5 million?
Wow. You guys must really love clowns, huh?
Would two people who didn't love clowns have this many clowns on their walls?
It must be great to live with such a positive person, isn't it?
Well, it's, at times, it's personal.
Ah, that's my cheating. One glass of wine is totally useless. You know what you need right now, dear? To get into something more comfortable, like one of your trademark taupe Phoenix sweaters. You know how strongly I feel about those. Oh, love, love, love.
Love, love.
Couldn't think of one thing to say. Get your head in the game, man.
But go and catch us. This is an extremely
Alright, so obviously we haven't caught shit here for the first
Lie detector isn't my
first half hour.
either, but they have no reason to suspect
I guess
that.
there was a couple of spots where we probably had a hand we should have moved on. Obviously that ace-10 would have got us into trouble. That queen-jack I think would have been obviously a decent hand for us to play. I chose not to because it was an early position, but
Stop talking to me.
Really? You and I are very different.
Yeah, I noticed.
You know what, man?
starting to get a little bit better feel for this table.
This place worried I was gonna get caught, but if we go down right now, that's on you, okay?
You know, the small and the big blinds right now, they really haven't gotten into too many hands. Larry, I don't know. Bad Boy, we were able to just put a little bit of move there on Bad Boy, which was nice. So, you know, I think for the first hour here, like I said earlier, just try to play some really strong hands, really tight pre-flop, and then pretty aggressive. Obviously, once I go in, I think that's a fairly kind of goes without saying that's a pretty good poker strategy. But especially in a tournament like this where we're so deep, I really am just going to try to stay out of as many pots as possible. It's going to be pretty boring to watch unless we start getting smashed with the deck here because, it's pretty much just going to be me folding and folding and folding for hours and hours and hours.
Until you are back to soulmate harmony. Eleanor, why don't
She
you
never does the dishes. I have to
1300 bought in, 1321 total, 1305 are still in, and we're 289 overall. So I mean, I think, by those metrics, I think it's pretty easy to tell that most people have just been kind of laying low. Obviously, we're so deep that no one's really getting out of line. I'm only up 1,800 chips, and I'm in the top third of the tournament. So that means that there's not too many people making moves, obviously. I think most people are still sitting around that same 15 to, probably like 14 to 18,000.
This sinkhole is incredibly dangerous.
I think Larry's probably one of the chip leaders.
That's one of the side effects.
Janet, knock her out while we still have time.
Knock me out? What is that?
Guys, really, it's no big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's nearly always cold. But something is wrong.
Boom! That's what I said. I should have been marriage counselor.
Let's take the positive aspects of this relationship.
Poor Paul Lentz is sitting out.
What do you
I had a
think?
little bit of an internet issue here a minute ago. And this poor chap can't even get back in the game. Alright, so we got Wetfoot who raised to 450. Obviously, we're going to go away. I think one of the biggest concerns I actually have for this entire tournament, and it's going to sound kind of ridiculous, it's just going to be not to misclick. I was in a couple of tournaments, and, I'm not a big online player. With this WSOP.com being in Nevada, I kind of obviously want to take advantage of it because I'm able to do it in this state, so I don't have to move or travel out of the country to play online, so that's obviously a big advantage. And the ace-5
love.
going to take it down.
And when I got here, and Michael said,
So Zagoosh doubles up there.
actual soulmate, I was so excited, and it isn't
I don't know.
exactly.
Might have been a risky play on his part, but who knows.
You've never had an intense
All right, so we've got,
This is all
you know, the tail of two
uncharted
blinds here. We've got the
territory.
big stack and the big blind. He's probably going to defend, and then we've got Mogi 12-12, which, you know, I mean, they've still got plenty of chips,
Have given us so much to think about, and I think we should go to bed. Just the two of us.
but they are small enough where if they decide to come in, they're probably going to take it to the house. And, you know, I'm going to let Uni, Larry chip up here,
Yeah, I know. We're gonna keep our clothes on.
and I'll let them beat up on Moog. I'll wait till I have a better hand. 2-6, I feel like we keep getting this hand, and it doesn't get any better. I think 2-6 is still not that good of a hand to play. I mean, it is 2-6 off, which, you know, I guess you could make a case for that being better, because if you're going to play 2-6, you might as well, you know, really might just, you know, you don't. I think if you're playing 2-6, you don't want it suited. You really want it to be off. You really want to limit those outs. You really want to make it tough for yourself to make that hand, you know. And this actually would have been a great flop for 2-6 off because you know, I wouldn't have had one card higher than the flop. So that I think that would have been good.
I was so sorry to hear of your parents' passing. Please bear with me as I share the last will and testament. To Camilla, we have left £68 million, the home in Kensington, their yacht.
So we've got bad boy going all in here from the small blind. That's probably a good raise. Ace 8 versus Queen 7. Hey, look at that, the 310. Looks like a monster.
It says we bequeath the rest of our estate to Tahini, like the source.
I don't want the money. My
So I
sister,
think that kind of shows that Unilarity,
I have lived in your shadow. Now,
obviously they were making that position raise, and they only had 280 in the pot though, I think, and then they just snapped it off.
I know.
I don't know. Unilarity might just be
One example of how I'm going to
playing a little bit loose.
Oh, please wait. I'm obligated to say one more thing. Camilla, I'm
Queen 7 on the button.
Your very presence is magnetic. I may be married and I've never been interested in any woman before, but my attraction for you is beyond sexuality. Though it certainly is deeply sexual.
God. He snaps him off with Queen High.
I'm sorry that I looked at the rankings, Michael, but I just don't understand how I'm so
Yeah, Unilarity might just have gotten a little bit excited by the size of their stack, and they're trying to win it here in the first couple of rounds. I don't think that's the best play. I definitely think that if you're going to try to start stealing blinds and stealing some of that pre-flop action, putting on a couple squeeze plays, yeah, I think you definitely want to wait for a couple more rounds. Next level is going to be 50-100. I think I would wait at least until the ante rounds, unless you start getting real small. I mean, it's not like 30, whatever, he had 31,000 chips. I mean, it's not like he was crushing it. It wasn't like he had a commanding chip lead where he could donk off a third of his stack and still be a chip leader. So, I don't know. Everybody plays different. Obviously, that's the beauty of this game, is that there is no one right play all the time. There are better plays than others. But I just don't think snapping with Queen 7 suited is going to be a profitable play, especially when you're in for 280. The blinds are so small. I don't understand what you're trying to do getting it all in, but whatever, that's just me. We have King Jack off, under the gun +1. Again, I think we're going to play pretty tight here. I don't feel it. I'm just not feeling it. I really do. I want to get a couple of rounds into this tournament here, see if we can't pick our, you know, our borderline hands up in late position, and we can actually put some plays on some people if we need to. But Here we're going to be resigned to catching one of those two. Obviously, that would have been a tremendous flop for us. We would have had the king high flush card with that queen out there. Hopefully, we could have gotten a little bit of action, and somebody with the ace queen hopefully doesn't have the ace of diamonds. Unilary, I think, any two cards at this point, which kind of makes him a little dangerous in my book because, if I had floated that. If I had floated that bet and then he comes over and it's not the ace of diamonds that hits, I mean, he literally could have any two cards. So I don't know.
I've never actually done this before. This is a theoretical fantasy. How do you roll?
You know what it is, I think. I think they're getting a read on us once again. So,
Jump up down on it.
Hey, boss. So you fixed the sinkhole.
Yep, good as new.
I know this is an online tournament,
Everybody have a wonderful day because
so I know they really can't get a read on me per se. A physical read, picking up on my physical tells. But I don't want to leave anything to chance here. I'd really like to win a bracelet. I think that'd be super neat. So,
How about that? Well, as
You know,
your assistant, I officially
we'll
declare
go ahead
this
and
good news.
we'll go ahead and button up.
Terrible news.
I'm going to be very particular about where I put my hands. Pretty much just going to put them anywhere over my keyboard or over my couch. I'm pretty much going to do whatever I want with my hands. But what I'm going to do is my feet, I'm going to keep them down here on the ground. And that's where I'm going to let the craziness take place. I'm going to be tapping my toes, crossing my toes. I might actually trim my toenails in a little bit because I feel like we are going to have a lot of time to do some dumb stuff. I think this is going to be a long tournament. I think that's going to be one of the downfalls of this tournament is the fact that, Lens was disconnected, I was, now Time Bomb is disconnected. So, I mean, at least when you're playing in a live tournament, those are some of the hazards that you don't really have to worry about. I don't know what Time Bomb had there, but
You name the clown?
Psycho, creepo, crazy head, stupid juggling, weirdo, freaky feet, and Nightmare George Washington. One of them has to die.
but that's one of the hazards there of playing in an online tournament is the fact that I think Time Bomb was in the hand. He timed out, his hand goes away. One king with a pretty shit kicker takes down that pot.
Right here in this easily understandable comic strip.
Nope, in this book about the theory of
I think we're going to go ahead and let Bad Boy steal from us right now. I feel like Bad Boy did this to us last time on our big blind. Jack 5 suited. I mean, it's close, but I'm going to go ahead and lull him into a false sense. And hopefully we can't wait for him to do that. When the blinds get a little bit bigger and he tries to steal, hopefully we can play back at him with a marginal hand and pick up a pot. Or just have him dominated when we call. 3 deuce. We are actually going to go ahead and give this up. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could make a case there for raising that up pre-flop, but I just don't feel like it. I think Paul Lentz, like I said, I haven't played online or on WSOP for a while. I played when I first moved to Nevada and found out about it. I think I loaded up $500 and played for a couple of months before donking it off one night and decided that was probably not the best thing to do. But God, we probably should be raising here, especially on our button, but we're not going to. But yeah, so I feel like I've played with Paul Lentz before. I feel like he's a decent player. You can sort of take notes on people here, so you'll see this. We could make him a shark. We could make him a donkey.
Oh, hey,
But
Sorry about the mess.
you know, so we could put that on
I
there.
forgot,
But
you don't see a ninth dimension.
I don't know.
There's
Like I
just
said, I
not a
haven't
lot of-
played
there's
in a
lot of
while.
tension in the air right now.
Are you okay, buddy? You seem
All right, so Paul raised it up to 2. I think we have to go ahead and 3-bet this here, and we want to probably make it
That's right. Have a seat. Hey.
720 might be a little big.
Prepare to meet all.
Let's go ahead and overbet it. Make sure
I've
that
studied
Uni
the
or
human concept of
Bad Boy don't come in light. And let's put it to Paul.
Sure. Those friends really were friends.
All right, so we've got 2 pair. He checked to us. I think we kind of have to keep the pressure on here and make sure
How did they afford that apartment?
we don't let anyone see cheap turns. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that shark off of him.
Why would they be chucking around the fountain if they also had umbrellas? I mean, was the fountain full because it had been raining, or were they testing the durability of the umbrellas? And the reason why.
Hey, come here. And you know what it is? I think it's the new table image that I'm trying to portray. The physical tells have really been mitigated by this Adidas jacket. The beauty of this jacket is it's far too big for me. It has this this lovely collar that comes up like a a perfect it's really good. It's perfect.
sounds like somebody's gonna have a sweet vacay.
Queen 8 off. We can fold that happily.
Well, I'm here for you.
The dog apparently has picked up a plastic. What are you? Hey! Come on! You're not fooling anyone.
Yeah, got it. She was good. Eleanor. Yeah, this is gonna be a very stressful week for me. I need to know that I can count on you. I'm not gonna let you
Excuse.
I promise. I will faithfully protect this $680,000 house.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, our Queen 8 would have been good there. So Paul Lentz is done. Let's see if he rebuys. I think it said you get like 35 seconds or 45 seconds to rebuy.
Yes, no, I see. Oh,
You know, it should make this tournament pretty good. Ace 8 off against Paul Lentz. Paul Lentz, I think they just picked a bad spot there against Uni Larry. I think they probably made a bad laydown with their king. They probably had a terrible kicker. We made that bet, and they probably thought, oh, we've been playing pretty tight. We probably have a better kicker, or they just totally whiffed it, and were trying to talk themselves into a call. But, you know, maybe that was a bad play they just had. Who knows? I don't know.
No way. No, that's really weird. You can't make small talk with her for one day.
No, I can't. She's so pretty, like Nala from the Lion King, and she's also smart, like Nala from the Lion King. You gotta help me.
Well, if I feel sympathy for anyone, it's Nahani. She's going through the same thing I am, but she doesn't know it. Which means maybe I'm obligated to tell her. Although maybe it's better not to know. Is ignorance bliss, or will the painful truth actually heal me?
Ready, Daniel? I cannot wait. Laugh, talk, chat.
All right, so we pick up Ace 10 yet again.
Hey, maybe I'll come too.
Still going to go ahead and fold it.
I would love your company.
I don't think now's the time to be getting out of line with Ace 10 off in middle position.
I know.
We've got Uni, we've got Bad Boy. Time Bomb comes in. Yeah, I don't think we would have been good with our 10. Who knows? Brady, what do you think? Brady says the 10 would have crushed us here on this flop. He says the 10 would have crushed us. But as we know, if we flop middle pair, we're going to turn
Well, technically, architects
the trips, river, the quads. And you know what? That's probably That's probably because we didn't have our shades on, I think, actually. Now that I think about it. I think these guys are just getting a read off me. I think that's what it is. Let's go ahead and posture here for a second. We don't want people to think, you know, we don't want them to think we're getting dejected here because we keep getting these crappy hands, or we get marginal hands in these weird positions. And see, we would have flopped bottom pair, and I feel like, you know, again, another missed opportunity. We should have jammed it with our 9-5. We love Dolly Parton, so I mean, what's the big deal? What's the harm? Let's just jam. We've got our jamming glasses on. We have a full battery on our phone. Our battery is fully charged, so that means we can start calling people, literally. We've got the ace deuce in the big blind. It is suited. That's probably a decent hand for us to have here. I don't think we're going to be popping it up any bit, but now that we're down, folds around, I think...
I'm just kidding. I mean, it doesn't compute, but I'm not going to explode or anything.
I think we're going to play this cautiously. Let's just go ahead and call it. That's probably a decent flop for us. I'm guessing they have a big ace. Let's go ahead and check it. Let's float it. 650.
Okay, so we have two piles, seemingly fine, where we have placed 3 of the rocks.
You know, let's go ahead and fold it, because they probably had the ace-queen, ace-jack type of hand. Maybe they had a pair jack, something like that. It looked like a position raise. I don't think they're doing that with just anything. They've been playing pretty tight. And, you know, I think that was probably just a bad call. I mean, I don't think for 200, you know, 200 more, whatever it was, I don't think it's probably the worst call we could have made pre-flop. But we also definitely don't want these guys to think they can just steal on our blinds.
You could stop working. Look, I promise to help you, and honestly, the way I can help you is to force you to take a break.
Not working. Will help me work.
Yes.
Oh, I got an itchy back.
Recharge full batteries. I promise. This is going to help both of us. Let's go.
Let's keep our eyes peeled for things that may have nefarious agenda.
Okay, crazy. Come on.
Woo! We're starting to sweat.
What is it with you and frozen yogurt? Have you not heard of ice cream?
Oh, sure, but I've come to really like frozen yogurt. There's something so human about taking something...
Unilary jams for
a little.
42. I can't figure this guy out.
Very human. Why do you need a human to be your assistant? I mean, aren't there more...
9-3 suited.
Whatever you are?
Fold.
Since we're becoming friends,
Brady, go get me some more water.
like boss,
Go get me more water.
Combo to pick, but okay.
I'm going to tell you the secret. Usually, architects don't live in their neighborhoods. Usually, the people show up.
Would have been a pretty good flop for us, obviously. We would have had the 2 clubs. And I guess we would have had the inside straight draw.
If the architect were on site,
And I think it would have been fairly
That's why you've been so
fairly
stressed out.
sneaky coming in from a late position. I don't think we would have been put on that hand if we had gotten there. But we didn't play. All right, Jack deuce suited. If I keep getting these big little suiteds, I'm going to get bored. And I'm going to start moving on them. But we're keeping ourselves occupied here. We're playing with the pup. We're knocking over stuff on our coffee table.
You would be safe and happy, and you just don't break a promise. Unlike Ross,
We're trying to scratch our back. We've got a lot of stuff going on here.
You know something? I feel better already. Should we get back to work?
The whole point. Stop thinking about work.
We don't have anything to scratch our backs with.
What should we do?
getting creative. We've got King Jack. We've got it in a little bit better of a spot.
Okay.
We are going to go ahead and raise it up.
105 degrees. Who would like to go first? Oh, well, what if I go first, and then perhaps Johnny could stand in and share some input.
We've got a call from Unilarry. We're not sure if that's good or not. Our back scratcher isn't working all that well.
What if,
Time bomb called.
while Janet massages Tahani,
We've got Ace King.
John you?
Johnny, darling, let's discuss the art. I adore the Impressionists. Who's your favorite artist?
We pick up the pot.
Sorry.
We're over 18,000, but our back is still itchy. Now we've got Ace 10 suited. We obviously like this hand a lot more. We're facing a raise. We're facing a call. We're going to go ahead and fold it. We're still playing tight. We just picked up some chips in the last hand. We don't want to get greedy. Don't want to get out of line, and we definitely don't want to get caught in a position where we are moving chips around the table in these early rounds. We would have had a monster. We would have had the Ace 10 high. Oh, it would have been traumatic. I bet Wetfoot's got the quads already. Maybe it was a good fold. Wow, we've got a lot of action on this. This is building up to be a decent-sized pot. So, all right, so we've got 3 deuces on there. If someone has the 9, they're feeling pretty good. And I bet whoever's got those 10, Jack, 8 type hands are feeling pretty good. So it looks like, I'm guessing we've probably got 2 overpairs. I doubt anyone's got the 2. If someone's got the 2, if Paul Lentz has the 2. Paul Lentz doesn't have the 2, or he would have just called there. I'm guessing if anyone has it, Wetfoot's got it. So this is looking like pocket pair over pocket pair. Unless Wetfoot maybe had like some ace deuce type of combo or some shit. And got the queen 9, got the 7s. There's the 5s. And that's about right. So Unilarry, I think, has shown that they're willing to put some chips into the pot pre-flop. They've obviously got a big stack. We've got Ace 5 suited. Offsuit, sorry. We're getting distracted here. Alright, we are sitting 333 in the 333 little grind. I feel like that's a sign. I feel like if we had seen that before this hand started, we probably would have just jammed it with our ace high. I mean, that's the best hand. That's the biggest. Look at that. And we would have, we literally would, we would have been put in a tough spot to call half of our stack with the ace high flush draw. And we would have got there. We would have actually picked up more outs there on the turn. And, yikes. Yeah, that would have been a good one. Oh well. Under the gun, ace deuce. So we keep picking up aces. I know that a lot of people, when they get an ace, any ace, they probably move on it, especially in later positions. I'm just not that big of a fan of ace X off in a tournament, especially this early. And he's going to pick up the 9. Ooh. 7's hold.
Sure, this is where you want to be right now? At the T for 2.
So Unilarry, and that's probably one of the obvious design flaws of Unilarry's game, is that when he picks up a decent hand, he's already inclined to call. He's been moving around his chips with some weaker holdings. And it looks like, you know, with the size of his chip stack, he's probably just looking to see as many flops as possible. Alright, so Whale, who's been pretty darn tight,
Well, at least we both still like the guy.
ripped it. And then we got a call from Mr. Lentz. And we've got Unilarry in the pot, so, you know, I don't think we want to be dicking around. You know, I think we were getting a decent price to call. Obviously, we would have hit middle pair. We probably wouldn't have gone anywhere. Brady, stop. Stop
great.
licking the carpet. It's really gross,
Soul friends.
and it's really gross. That's it. I just need one argument. How gross it is.
Hey, buddy, I have all new fun stuff for us to do today. Also, you know you didn't do any work. Wait till you see how much work the real housewives don't do.
It's about 4:30. The dog is starting to cry. He might be a little hungry. We're about to be in the.
After our day off with a completely clear head, I realized
We're
part of what makes
we're about to be in the small blind here.
unpredictable. The chaos.
Let's wait for the flop to come and we can make our decision from the small blind. We're probably going to be folding it unless we actually pick something up. So that'll give us a second to go feed the dog.
Not a rock or an object.
Huh? Is it time to eat? Come here. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Hi. 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 Hello. Oh, stop. All right, we pick up King 5. We can go ahead and fold that.
So do you think we're looking for a man, or do you think we're looking for two men?
Not sure. We don't know anything about this person. I mean, does he or she even know that they caused all these problems? No, that can't. What kind of monster would recap it and then say nothing?
There are nice monsters. Like Elmo.
Elmo. Not familiar with him. Let me just quickly. Oh. Oh, Elmo's delightful. Oh. They're overusing it.
Wow.
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 Anyway, back to the house. So, this is the
Oh.
place where the garbage.
Oh, it's good.
Hi there.
I made a list of everyone that was here on garbage
Jack 4.
during orientation.
We're going to stay away from Unilary. It kind of sucks that when we're the dealer,
Very short.
he's the big blind. He's proven that, he's shown that he is going to call with any two cards, I think, pre-flop. Especially against my stack size. I don't think that there's... It's not like I have a huge chip stack where he may want to stay away from me. It's not like I have a small stack where he knows that he can pretty much snap for, 20% or less of his stack. So,
I got a painting of the best impressionist of all time. Frank Alexander. You can do it. Fat Al Pacino. Fat Jerry Seinfeld. Regular John Madden.
I think 215, it's a close to a raise here, but Wally's, again, or Whale 321, they've been pretty tight. Obviously, we would have enjoyed that that flop. We probably would have stuck around. We would have been in position, so I think depending on the bet size here from Whale, we probably would have been re-raising
Well, everyone was there.
Right. Everyone was there.
300. Yeah, we probably would have raised it up.
So that seems like a dead end.
This is where the sinkhole opened up. The guest list that night was limited.
Got 8-9 off.
There were a total of 30 people here that night.
I think this is another fold.
Have you popped your fist again? Is this it?
But 66 others passed through to take a look before it opened, and everyone else in the neighborhood was in a close streak.
Let's go ahead and top off our water so we don't have to get up again.
Doesn't narrow it down at all.
What's up, buddy?
End of the road, boys to men. Karaoke. Let's go. Don't think about it too much.
Jen. Martha.
What's happening?
I pick up. I can't help the people I promised that I would help. I feel like Friends in season 8. Out of ideas, and forcing Joey and Rachel together, even though I made no sense. I hope the sinkhole opens up again and swallows me whole.
Alright, 10-7, fold. Are they getting a read off us, Brady? Is that what's going on? Are they getting a read? Huh? Are they getting a read off of us? Huh? What do you think?
Expand to the size of a basketball, and then it will never shrink. Well, that's not my fault. How was I supposed to know he was literally all of the food? It shouldn't have been an issue. You were supposed to be here, but you broke your promise. So it wasn't convenient for you. And now I have...
Alright, so we picked up Ace-Jack suited.
Well,
The blinds have just gone up.
you're rude, because you didn't
So this is going to be a pretty good time for us to go ahead, raise it up from middle position. We get a call from Unilary. I don't think that was any big surprise. We pick up the ace. There is the king. I think if anyone had ace king, they probably would have re-raised us. So I think we're comfortable to bet here. I think we have the best hand. Obviously, we don't have any diamonds in our hands, so there's the other diamond. We're going to have to probably go ahead and check this turn. Six is no help. Doesn't really scare us. If they had the diamonds, they had the diamonds. I think we have to go ahead and value bet here. Let's go ahead and bet half the pot. A little bit more. I don't think they check the flush after making it. They would have made their flush and then check behind on the turn and then check it on the river. Maybe they picked up the maybe they had one diamond, big diamond or something. Who knows?
I'm so sorry. Maybe I broke my promise too. I agreed to help you. Don't worry. You did.
After I'm gone, take down the rest of those cards.
See if our back scratcher will work. Queen 9 off. We can fold that happily. Scratch our back. We have more important things to do. I'm just worrying about playing cards like this weird itch in the middle of our back. Just won't stop. Brady has really good nails for scratching backs, but he just won't do it. I don't know. I don't think he will.
Is me. And now I have to leave.
Oh, I think we figured it out. We loosen the shirt, drop it down, tighten the shirt behind ourselves, drag it right up our spine. Oh, and that's the spot right there. We gotta get it over to the right just a bit. Oh man. Oh God, how smart do we look right now? We look like geniuses, dog, don't we? Oh, just absolute geniuses. Oh, it feels good. Woo! All right, so I think that was probably a pretty good showing for us. I mean, I think the fact that we're sitting here, we're playing cards, we're trying to be tight, we're trying to keep our table image in check, and then we just figure out that master plan to scratch our backs without a back scratcher. That was just genius. I feel like, you know, I think people are going to be scared now. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things. All right, so our TV has been going, and we're not really watching it. Let's get some music on so it becomes less distracting for us. I don't know. Can we really raise this up here?
And now I have to leave. Forever. Michael.
Quick check. Looks like we're trying to hide something. Looks like we're trying to hide two pair.
Architects aren't supposed to live in the neighborhoods they design. But I
Another quick check. We're really trying to hide our monster hand. We've got a pair of eights. We've got 4 to a straight. We've got 3 to a flush. We've got no option but to check. Let's go ahead and fold.
I kicked the puppy
into the sun and garbage rained down. I grossly
We've got Jack Deuce
underestimated the number of
off.
ships needed for the opening night party.
We have
Flew through the sky the next
no
day,
problems
taunting me for my failures.
folding.
I'm sorry.
We didn't have a raise pot. If we were paying attention, we might have actually called there. Hey, what are you crying about? What, do you have an itchy back too? I'll itch your little back. Huh? Once saw an old friend. Oh! Proceed with caution, sir. Hey, quit ruining my plant. Whoa, look at this. We would have turned the full house. And I still think that was probably the right fold pre-flop. 10-4 off. Probably not the best holdings we could even try to pick up pots with, but you never know. So we've got Unilary showing off with the 7 deuce. On my way home. $1,487 players have entered. 1,416 are left, and 280 is our position. So I guess we're sort of staying in that spot we want to be in. I think if we can stay in the top third, top half, first couple of hours, I think we'll be happy. We pick up Jack Little once again. Worst position. We're feeling good. We've got the tunes going. Much better than that weird show that's just on. Jack would have hit. So our hands are actually starting to warm up a little bit here. You know, and I think that's probably good for us between this the 120 or the 160 big blinds. These are going to be some of the levels that we try to apply a little bit of pressure and try to pick up some of these blinds. Obviously, it's a long tournament, so we don't want to get out of line, but at the same time, we also, you know, we want to sort of stay ahead of the curve. So, but we're not going to be reckless. Picking our spots carefully. Doing what we can to stay in the tournament. Playing with the dog. Singing to our pup. Raising with ace queen. 3/4 bet of the pot would be 315. Let's go ahead and pot it to 420 because 420, bro. Got a re-raise from Unilary. I don't think I've seen him do that. I don't know if he's just picking on us, but I feel like every time we've come into a pot, he's been there. He's shown some aggression. At the same time, I feel like he's pretty much done that with almost everybody. Does he think we're raising from the middle light? I don't know. I think we're going to call this, obviously. I think that's a whiff from both of us. Let's go ahead and check it. We're going to check. He's going to bet. We're probably going to have to call. We don't have any blockers. And of course, he just jammed on us. Just overbet the pot. We know he's got nothing. Our ace high is probably good. We've got to fold.
That only comes from being aged 4 long years. At Jim Beam, our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours? And we're proud to reveal that Jim Beam Black has been awarded the world's highest rated bourbon.
Let's go ahead and give him the donkey.
Make history.
I think it's obvious there.
Must have had your reasons when you left without a call. But I don't want you thinking that I shed too many tears. I never felt the need to cry for all the wondering why. I don't think love can ever feel that way again. I searched this whole town around for
I mean, even if he had aces there, I think that's an insane re-raise.
that you got the best of me. And it doesn't shame me that I've spent a lot of time wondering
So
if
we gave
love
up,
can ever feel that way again. I wouldn't bet you're thinking about
We gave up about a quarter of our stack there. Unilary is obviously just fucking running over this table.
since those couple nights I spent alone, sitting home waiting for your call, and you never called at all.
Okay, so yeah, Unilary is obviously the chip leader. He's got 76k. Next is 67. A couple in the 60s, a couple in the 50s, and then it hits the 40s. Bubba, stop. Stop. I think it's obvious that Unilary is showing some insane aggression early on. I don't know if that's a strategy or if it's just simply the player that we're up against. God, 6-5 unsuited, under the gun.
Just to find it funny how he chose to be a friend. I don't think love can ever feel that way again. I wouldn't bet you're thinking about me now. It's all the same to me, 'cause I don't think that's much use. And those couple nights I spent alone,
Sitting at home waiting for you to call, and you never call at all. Alright, we've got Queen 8 off. We know Unilary is going to be raising. Wow, he folded. I didn't think the fold button worked on his computer. Apparently it does. I think we should actually get tech support to check into it, because that just seems crazy to me. Alright, so we didn't catch all that much. I think we can go ahead and successfully take a stab at this. And now let's just go ahead and check it back. I think if Paul crushed this flop, he'd be in the same exact spot he is right now, where he'd be obligated to wait till the river to bet. And I think I don't think our queen has much showdown value, so I don't think we can call. Probably could have played back at him there, but I think if we get re-raised, we're in a real tough spot, because I don't think Paul's shown that he goofs around all that much. So we've got 9-3 in the small blind. We have the very typical raise from Unilary, but unfortunately we have Bad Boy. Coming in as well. So I think we're just going to wait for our spots. Obviously, we didn't want to give up those 6,000 chips to Unilary especially, but we just didn't have a hand that we could jam on him. And you know, even if we did, I mean, that was such a blatant overbet of the pot, where either he has absolutely no clue what he's doing, or he flopped a monster. You know, maybe he had trips. Who knows? All right. Either way, we've got the 10-9 suited. We're on the big blind. Or I'm sorry, we're on the button. Zagish takes a stab at it here, and I think Unilary's obviously going to come along. I don't know if there's much value in raising, but I think I think call is in order. And that's about as bad as it gets for a flop for us. Let's go ahead and see the turn. Turn completes the flush, but it does give us a pair of tens. I think we call Larry. Thought about raising, thought about calling. Ultimately, with our chips down, under the buy-in, next level is going to be 100, 200 with the 25 ante. That's, you know, we're still deep. We still got plenty of chips. But these will be the rounds that we're going to play a little bit more aggressive and try to start stealing some, playing back against, you know, Larry. I mean, I just think that, you know, he's proven that he's playing like a maniac, and that's really difficult in a tournament to put your tournament life on the line against a player like that who's liable to have any two cards. And, you know, just me personally, the way it works for me, I always find that against players like that, when I try to take a stand against them, and I have a borderline hand, or if I have a hand like that ace-queen where, you know, if I had more gumption, I might have called them with my ace-queen there. But I think these will be the rounds that we kind of have to put our tournament life on the line a couple of times and make some moves. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can pick up some hands where we don't get into too much trouble. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I think all right. So let's check out our stats and see how we're playing. I like to keep my VPIP to about 12 to 15%, and that's right on par there. My overall is 17%. Other is 12%. Small blind, I've seen 0 out of 8, and 5 out of 8 in the big blind. So yeah, we might be leaving a little bit of equity on the table by folding some of those small blind hands. I think that 10-4 that I would have ended up flopping the 2-pair and then turning the full house. I think that might have been a small blind hand. I think there might have been a couple of other hands, but a lot of it's situational. A lot of it's just sort of staying out of way of Unilary and not getting put into spots where he's putting our tournament life to a decision in these early rounds. Who knows? Let's go ahead and open up the lobby. 56 seconds. Let's see if we can't find Unilary in another game. Let's see. Stop, Brady. Brady, stop. So let's look through our lobby here and this is probably going to be the last round where we really play extra conservative, so to speak. Raid, stop. Brady, stop. What are you crying about? Alright, so Unilary finally gets a bit of his own medicine there. And it doesn't slow him down. He's now raising on the button. Picking up pots. Doing everything he needs to win this tournament, apparently. He's going to try to win it in the 4th level here, whatever it is. Alright, so we've got 7-4. I think we know that's an obvious fold. And let's just wait. Hi. Hello. Thank you. Alright, buddy. You already ate. You've been outside. You need to relax. You need to relax. And it looks like Unilary might be tipping his hand a little bit too much and showing the junk that he's been playing and raising with. You know there are times they will. I don't know. I've been told a man died of cold. Stand and wait. Alright, so once again, our 6-4 would have looked like a monster after that turn. So we're actually been turning some decent hands here. You know, obviously results versus best play, I think are clearly, you know, two different things. And Unilary has just been pushing people around. There's that queen high. So he's really using his stack, showing that he's not afraid to just give up chips to people. And hopefully we can exploit that here, one of these stages. So Unilary, once again, is just bullying this table around. We've got the ace-queen. Let's go ahead and raise it up. I think Unilary is going to call with pretty much anything here. I think normally I would like to check Just smooth call. That's not a very good flop for us. Jack 10 is definitely in his range, but I don't think we can leave too much. Fuck. Alright, so he is obviously just trying to exploit us at every possible hand. He raised. I think we're going to have to just go ahead and jam this up. We've got another raise. Time Bomb is probably sick of his shit. And we've got an all-in. Ah, God. All right. I guess we're going with it. Let's go ahead and max it. Try to ISO wet foot. Unilary's probably coming along regardless. Time Bomb should go away. Time Bomb calls. We're in a real bad spot. We're in a real bad spot. All right, guys. This is it. This is our tournament. And Unilary fucking scoops the pot. All right, that was it. Oh. All right, so we're gonna play a little 2-5 here. Now she don't call it all. So that was a bummer, obviously. Came on over yesterday. My fist on the wall. Well, that was a bummer. Got an hour and a half into the tournament. Got ace king. Got it in against the donkey with ace 5. And he ends up rivering a flush. That was that one's a little tough to sit with. I think there was a couple of spots we probably should have played back at him earlier on. I think he was showing that anything was gonna, any two cards were gonna work for him. So I don't know. Maybe we should have rebought in. Buy-in was 333. Brady, come on now. All right, stop. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.